All right, folks, we are live. Just gonna wait for Ash to get in and for a few more people to join. This drink doesn't really hit. It's alright. Hey, Alfie. Hi, Ma. Hello, everybody. I'm just chilling, waiting for Ash to join in. Oh my goodness. The man of cars has entered the chat. Hi, Carmen. Howdy do, folks. How's everybody's night going? Since I assume it's night for the majority of you all. This drink is not good. I gotta learn how to fix this and make it better. Tis I, yes, tis you, the man of cars. Sir Carmen. Have an adorable fur baby sleeping in the corner. But I know he's gonna bark halfway through. Because that's just how he rolls, but it's fine. It's fine. So stinking cute. So excited to dig in to episode 5 because we left off at a cliffhanger. Again, you know, signature Carmen roll. Hello, Coro. If I pronounced that correctly. Thanks for joining. We're just chilling, hanging out until Ash hops on. Ash and I are going to be talking about episode 5. Hello, Wolf AJ. How you doing? You started rewatching Avatar. You know, I have to do that. I should. I haven't watched Avatar since like 2020. The show is so good. I cannot wait for more Avatar content to come. What have I been watching lately? I don't know. What have I been watching? I mean, I'm still watching Scary Godmother because if you couldn't tell, I'm in denial that Halloween is over because it's not. It's just on hiatus till next October. So I'm still watching Halloween movies, but I am watching Christmas movies. So don't come at me, Christmas folks. The black hair. I can't. I mean, I can, but I don't know. I'm so torn. Like, I'm constantly back and forth between this color or black. I don't know. Everybody's telling me, go for the black hair, but I'm like, I love this color too. But I like the black color too, and that would probably give my hair a break. We're going on the casual, I've noticed that I go through a 6-month cycle before I dye my hair. And we're going on the 6-month cycle, so I don't know if it's time for change, because I'm really going to want it when it comes back in the fall, because I'm like every other basic person that wants, you know. Hello, how we doing? Help me, everybody. Hi, David. Help me decide. Black hair or orange hair? Do I keep this or do I go back to black? Hi, Ben. I'm in a dilemma right now of black hair or orange hair, and I don't know which one I want. I mean, I don't have to choose right away, so. Yeah. But both. You know, I was thinking about both, but like both is a lot to maintain for just myself. I got my hair trimmed in LA. It's $112. Oh, come on, not you too. Are you ready for December and the holidays as well? Yes, I am. Especially since there's no snow, since I live in California this year, so... Alfie, I encourage you to do that. Chop your hair a little shorter. I'm gonna enable you now, so... chop it. I don't know. I did so good. I walked by the hair section at CVS, and I didn't pick up a single thing. I don't know, vote. I know that there's this new series coming out that I wanted to check. Oh, Wednesday. I applied to Nevermore Academy, so fingers crossed, because I kind of want free merch. Other than that, I'm super excited to delve into episode 5. Okay, I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to give away too much until Ash gets here. But what can I spoil now? Well, okay, I'll do a brief recap. Okay, so before I think we ended with Stone Starry on fire before, and then. Oh, spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. I know some of you here haven't seen the whole thing, but if you don't care about spoilers, that's fine. And it went to S2 or Isle Right. You know what? I'm so confused about the season 2 release date. Somebody was like, oh, we're getting it next year. And then somebody was like, oh, we're getting it in 2027. That's why the merch that they're giving away says 2027. I'm like, nah, I don't... You're really gonna wait 5 years for, like, a whole other... Oh, you know, like a whole other season? I doubt that. And I was really surprised about Wednesday. Yeah, but that, I don't know if that's true or not. Because, like, I've been hearing so many different dates about when season 2 is going to be, but I don't think we even know yet. Because season 1 just came out. They're not going to tell us when season 2 is, so... I think that's people just, like, assuming stuff because... Well, Nevermore... What they're doing right now is you can apply nevermoreacademy.com or something like that. You like apply and you're eligible for like free merch when you apply. And they say class of 2027 probably because it takes like 4 years if you were to, you know, quote unquote attend in 2023 to 2027. That would be like the rough amount of time that you would need to attend the school. So I don't think that's when season 2 is coming out. I think that's just when, you know, thoughts on Wednesday and Enid. I definitely did not like... I didn't like Tyler. And I didn't like... I mean, Xavier was alright, but... Okay, spoilers for Wednesday here, just 1 second. Because Tyler was saying, like, Wednesday, you're giving me mixed signals. I'm like, what mixed signals are you talking about? Because, all she was doing was just, honestly, she was clearly not interested, so, in being Wednesday, so, I don't know, but I think Wednesday and Enid would be cute together, because I feel like, yeah, like, what mixed signals? Like, what are you talking about? You're giving me mixed signals. I think you kind of like me. Okay. Well, I mean, you know what? Let's look it up right now. Yes, we do have a guest today. Ash should be popping in soon. I'm just gonna have to hop in and see what they're doing, where they at. Let me see. Yeah, not to worry though. Let Let me see. Not you. Yes, exactly. That I was right, Alfie. We don't know. We don't know yet, so people are just spreading rumors about when season 2 is going to come out. So Carmen, there's this character called Nightingale Switchblade. You ever heard about that character? I'm gonna be forever salty, y'all. I'm gonna be forever salty. My boy, Nightingale Switchblade. I mean, let me talk about the last episode. Yes, we did. Okay. We talked about poor Horatio. I mean, Horatio, he was, you know, not that he dead. It's my boy that was he dead. Poor Switchblade. My boy, my child. Those rumors get me every time. I know. I'm so gullible. They got me every time. Thinking like 2027. Yeah, right. 5 years. Poor Nightingale Switchblade. Poor Horatio. Yeah, I think it's just those two. I'm gonna have to hold a funeral. Found this old video footage of like me and my friend that we held like a funeral for like some dried up worm. I think we just put a leaf over it. I mean, this was like when I was a kid in like 2006, so this is nothing I did like 2 weeks ago. We held a funeral for like this dried up worm. Played the flute, you know, like no, the recorder. Did everybody else get those recorders in like 5th grade? And did everybody else get a recorder? I had no clue that DARE was a universal, like, teaching. I thought DARE was just something that they taught in my school. I had no idea that DARE was, like, something else. But in 5th grade, everybody was given, like, a, you know, a recorder. Yes, thank you, words. Everybody was given a recorder, and I feel like that was parents' worst nightmares. I don't think I was that much of a menace with mine. I don't know. I don't really think I played it that much. I wasn't really that much of an instrument person. I mean, I picked up instruments, and then I didn't, and then I put them back, but, you know. For babies asleep. Okay, he's not mine, but if my stuff wasn't in the way, I would go show him to you, but he's asleep and he's so cute. I don't even know what kind of dog he is. Short-haired. Oh, hold on. Hold on, accepting a request. Accept. Ah.
Surprise! It's me.
It's the man of cars.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, until Ash shows up, I'm gonna be a surprise guest. It's me.
Just takes off the mask. Does I?
I was Ash all along.
Herman is Ash.
So I'm excited to talk about episode 5 though.
Oh wait, nobody. Okay, cool. I was like, do I have anything to be salty about from yesterday's episode? I don't really. I don't have anything to be salty about.
Let's kind of recap what happened for everybody.
All right. So we're recapping. Are we recapping the previous episode, or are we recapping this episode?
Let's just recap this episode.
Okay. So, all right. A lot of stuff happened because this was like a longer one. So, Stone Snarry attacked by an army of the dead skeletons, all up in there, looking like they crawled out of Spirit Halloween. Horatio got by Felicia in the previous episode, and so they were like in this portal by Horatio. Horatio got by that half dragon. Nobody likes that half dragon. I'm unofficially naming this half dragon Jessica. So, Jessica off Horatio, and Horatio was like a portal. He's like, there you go, hither, and then they hither it, and then they end up in a mysterious spot, and then they have to go. Well, no, they do have to go to a drill to get a boat to Broken Rock. But alas, where's Keith?
Where's Keith?
Where's Keith? Where's Waldo? No, where's Keith? So, I mean, Matey wants to get Keith because hashtag Meef. So then the group's like, alright, we'll get Keith, even though it's kind of suspicious that all the skeletons are guarding the knife museum as opposed to like it just not getting burned down. So now they're like, alright, maybe he wanted to meet in the desert for a reason. So, but they're like, alright, we'll just go save him because Matey's still insistent because hashtag Meef. And then they have to get poor Keith and Win, like, what? Shapeshift.
Yeah.
Words.
That's how Win changes.
She goes in the new face, yes. So Win shapeshifts into like the skeleton guy. Poor Keith. He just doesn't get it. Keith just doesn't understand that he's being rescued, and Win's trying to be as low key as possible, but he's just getting mixed signals. He's like, "Well, why are you here? I don't understand what happened." Oh, Keith's parents. Hi.
Yeah.
So seems like poor Keith. Poor Keith's clueless in this whole thing. Jessica's there because why not? Jessica wants some sort of weapons. And Win so brilliantly comes in there to translate, and then that's when Win tries to rescue Keith, but he's just getting mixed signals. He just doesn't get it. Hello, thank you for joining in. We are just recapping our episode 5, which has just happened, and we're at the part where hashtag Meef, Matey and Keith, power couple, end game. And let me think. Okay, so Keith. And so there's a huge battle because, like, at that point, I think 2 of the skeletons went away. And then he just kind of decided to go for it. Win just kind of, like, takes a stab at Jessica. And they just break into this huge battle. And then Win has, like, a near-death moment and comes out with white hair. I'm so excited that she has her white hair now because I've been waiting for that. And Matey comes with her hammer and goes, I half dragon. Boom.
Yeah, this was the first time the players like actually got into a pretty big fight. Like behind the scenes before we started recording, I was like, y'all, we haven't had a single fight in our season called Sovereign of Death. So y'all gotta scrap this episode. So. Originally I had planned like the encounter was supposed to be them like fighting their way through the town, but the players were super clever and they found a way to like sneak around and not have to fight their way through the town like, with all the skeletons.
For Sovereign of Death, they seem to not want a lot of death. Avoiding combat at every turn.
Yay, Ash is here. Okay,
hi, Ash.
I'm gonna swap with Ash. I'm gonna still be here in the chat though, but let's swap to Ash because they're more exciting than I am, and we're going to talk to Ash. So I'll see you in the chat, everybody.
All right. Thank you for your guest appearance, Man of Cars.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Carmen.
Hi, Ash. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yes, I got a little caught up. I was painting and lost track of time. I started a while ago. I definitely did not expect to be this late, and so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do like a little crumb of painting, and then I checked the time and was like, oh fuck.
Oh good.
As it goes, right?
Oh, but the painting looks good though.
Thank you.
I can draw a stick figure.
Hey, I would say that I draw less than like, I don't know, my drawing skill is less than average. That's what I would say. Because I cannot draw. I have like, I don't know, I have like no perspective.
I feel like if I really applied myself and had the patience, I could do it. But alas,
Hmm.
that's never gonna happen.
How it goes, right?
Yep.
Well, hello.
So, hello everybody. This is Ash. And Ash, you want to give like a little intro to yourself and, just a little intro for the group?
Absolutely. Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Ash Poprik, and I helped on Realms and Roleplay. I was more in like a technical lead director role, and so I was behind the scenes, watching in on all of the filming, and making sure that everything was kind of going as planned in terms of just like things being recorded and all of that. Also, I saw somebody said nice painting. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that is me.
That's just Ash. And we are so excited to start talking about. I gave the audience a brief little recap, but we can go into more depth about episode 5. I'm sorry, I can't hear myself. Okay.
Perfect.
Like, I'm talking.
Do you have a candle on?
It's fake because I'm clumsy.
Oh. Oh, there we go.
Fake ones, yeah, because I don't know if I
Uh-huh.
can light in here, and it's probably a good thing because I'd be like, realms of role playing that fire.
As it goes, yeah, I don't know. I have this like really bad habit of always leaving like a candle on in the room, and my partner's always like, "Hey, you like left for a while, and the candle was like on."
That's what I'm so nervous about. That's why I don't have any candles in here because I will forget.
Yeah, thankfully nothing has happened yet, and they're always like in a, I don't know, more open, empty spot, so it's fine. But I'm always like, oh God, it's gone. Like, no.
Let me see here. So, some questions for you about
Yes.
Sovereign of Death. Do you have at this moment a favorite character?
Oh, I would say my favorite at this time is Mylan's character. I don't know, I feel like her character like really took charge around here, and I don't know, you got like the sauce romance. I was always finding it like interesting, just in general when they were going through the campaign, seeing the only human arc play out. And I think we're like in a really interesting point because they're at the knife museum, and for a good while they're like, oh shoot, like he's, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Keith, yeah, like he's like, is he a bad guy? Was he like planning all of this from the start? And I remember just being like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna like, are they gonna fight him and kill him? Like, what's gonna happen? And so I feel like, especially for like this episode, it was really, really, I don't know, it had me.
That would have been such a sad turn if like Keith
I
had been the
know.
mastermind. I mean,
Hmm.
thankfully, so far it doesn't look like it's Keith, but like, if they had to fight
Yeah,
it would have
yeah.
been so sad.
So,
Yeah, this was kind of
um,
like where we started putting the death and Sovereign of Death.
exactly. And I was
It's
just like, no one
it's
is
gotta
safe. I'm
happen.
scared.
It's gotta
Yeah.
happen at some point. We gotta put the death and
Hmm.
Sovereign of Death.
Yep,
um,
yep. And yeah, seeing, I don't know, I have this like personal interest in like little skeleton characters too, and so it's like really fun to see them just kind of walking around in the museum as well because they're so dumb, but I love them.
I mean, I feel like all the skeleton characters are. I feel like they're kind of just pawns meant to be thrown away in like most
Hmm.
stories and
Hmm.
movies because you're like, they're skeletons. What are they gonna do? If they body slam you to
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
ground, that's sad. They're all
It's
bones.
true.
They
I
are
don't
all
know. I feel like
bones.
I personally resonate with that. So, like if I could be just like any little character, I would want to be just a stinky skeleton guy.
Just the stinky
Easily,
skeleton.
yeah, easily decepted, no one's even worried about me. Like, whatever. Do I care? I don't know.
Do I care? I don't know. Stay tuned, or maybe not stay tuned, because I'm not the focus point of the story, so you'll never know.
Exactly, exactly.
No.
It's like I'm not even in charge of like a filler episode, you know? It's like you
Like,
just get a little
that's your own
moment.
filler scene, not even a word. Just grunts and
Exactly,
kicks.
exactly.
All right, Carmen, I want a mini series or like a one shot of like what the skeleton's point of view is like, and I never thought about it like
Please.
this. I want a skeleton spin-off.
It's true. I mean, I think that's what the fans want, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
the fans
So
meaning
just
everyone. Yes, meaning us specifically. We would like a one shot of the skeleton. What they sound like?
hmm
Do they sound like this, or like are they totally normal, or like just any average Joe? Like, hey, like do they go to Starbucks? What's a daily routine of the
I
skeleton?
have to know. I really do have to know because I'm such a curious cat, so
I'm gonna write that down to make Carmen answer that in the future. Oh, Skeleton and Friends.
I love that.
I'm writing that down. Skeleton. Skillet.
It's the children's show spin-off, you know.
Yes. But it's like not. It can't be sovereign of death, so it can be
Sovereign of Friendship.
friendship. Yes. I want it with like little chibi art too, so if we're really
Yeah,
gonna use
yeah.
this, yeah. Like, and I also want
hmm
like a kids pop version of the theme song. Even
Oh,
though there's
there
like
we
no
go.
words that you could like kidify it, but like maybe like make it less deathy because it's like sovereign of friendship.
True, true. I'm sure like putting a few sparkle effects in there, that'll help drive it home, faux
I
show.
love that. I love that. I want that. I need that. Skeleton and Friends, Sovereign of Friendship.
I know,
There
I'm
we
already
go.
ready for the merch. So,
I love
Carmen,
that.
whenever you're
Next,
ready,
yeah.
man, you know.
hmm Can we do this when Nightingale Switchblade was here, though? Please and thank you, because Nightingale Switchblade was my favorite character, and if Carmen couldn't tell, because I'm salty about it 24/7.
hmm hmm A
Rip.
bit angy.
Well, yeah,
I know. Rest in peace.
tad bit salty. Hashtag rip.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it, Carmen. You hate to see it, but you know.
That's true. Carmen does it though. You
I
know,
know.
he's the mastermind of evil.
Evil DM. Like,
That's
you
true.
should make Sovereign of Death perfect. You know, you can't have a too
That's
friendly
true.
DM because then it's Sovereign of Friendship.
It's true. That's for the spin-off. Carmen's gonna have to work on his friendship
Yeah.
roles for that though.
Ooh, what is your experience like working with the players behind the scenes?
I mean, first of all, just with the like specifically these players, it was really, really nice. They were very, very friendly. So I had a good experience. But usually we would just kind of make sure everything was set and ready to go so that the filming and like campaign would go as smoothly as possible. So sometimes like on the DL, I would send because we were filming this technically over Zoom using like a screen recorder for each person, and I would send messages on the down low if like some audio wasn't sounding super good or like video was looking a bit choppy or like if the camera needed to be moved slightly, any just like small stuff with lighting, we would I would message them privately if things were happening within the campaign, but we would also kind of talk about that and get it set up beforehand. And I mean, just like aside from the actual kind of setup side of it, we just did a lot of kind of talking about what we wanted for these characters for the upcoming episodes, things that they were looking forward to doing. And also just recapping what had happened previously so that we make sure that all the players are, in the know and remember what happened last time, in order to make sure that the campaign is as smooth as possible. Which, I mean, we didn't really have any issues with that. And after, we would do the filming, and afterwards, Carmen and I would make sure that all of the recordings from each person were, put in basically like a Dropbox or a Google Drive, so that we had all of the footage that could be edited. Just because, one of us screen recording on Zoom isn't as high quality or good looking as them just recording, screen recording themselves. And so we had to collect all of those from everyone. And once, we had that was kind of like okay, cool. We're done with the filming part of the day. And Carmen and I would usually come together and talk about, just how the episode went, things that went really well, things that could have gone better. And just next steps, the next episode. We were what we were doing. And let's see, we also got the question, what are the challenges to recording an actual play remotely? I mean, the big one, especially because everybody was in different spots, was just making sure that everybody's like internet connection was really good. Because I mean, it could be super duper difficult trying to film something with a bunch of people if the internet's not working, or if I think I had this problem at some point where just like somebody's microphone wasn't working well and we couldn't really hear them. And so when you have those issues, it's like, well, it's kind of hard to go on, because then the other players can't just like play without you.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you don't really have that problem when you're doing it in person, because they can still like literally hear you. And, if like one person's mic goes out, then somebody could just like pass it, That's what happens when you're in like the same room. And so things could be just solved a lot easier. We also, for I think just like the first episode of shooting, or maybe the second, it was somewhere in the very beginning, we were having issues with OBS because we were recording off of there, and just making sure that everything was on the right settings, because everybody has different devices and different computers, and we had to make sure that it was set up, but we can't just like physically be there with like our eyeballs on their screens being like, yes, is this right, is this not? And so we had to troubleshoot all of that stuff remotely, which I would say could be more time consuming than if you had done it like in person. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily taking away from the actual like filming or recording or episode. And I feel like it, just in the style that it was filmed, even though it was remote, was really like, I don't know. I think it was like shot in a really nice way. And I would say it was beneficial for the actual episode, because everybody is able to like see who the person is, and in the comfort of your like own home or wherever you were at, you were able to like access all of your like costuming and stuff. And so people could dress up more, and they could get ready whenever they wanted to, and we didn't have to worry about like all of the big like commuting and finding a whole bunch of cameras that would be in one spot all the time. So that was something that I would say was like on the opposite end, not a challenge for remote. But just with anything remote can be difficult if you're specifically just trying to do technical setup. But once we got it set up, it was smooth sailing from there.
Now, I mentioned, when I've interviewed a few of the cast members before, we actually touched on the fact that like literally the majority of them had just met each other. Did you know anybody before, like just meeting them? Did you like, because I know Mylan and Aaron were good friends before, but did you know anybody before?
I knew Carmen. I didn't know anybody else. That was the first time I was meeting them all. And honestly, I was really, really intimidated because I thought they were really cool, and they're very, they're very charismatic, they're very dynamic, and they think really quick on their feet. And I, at least for a while, actually, when I was starting, was really quiet, and it took me a while to kind of, I don't want to say like warm up, because I wasn't necessarily cold, but to actually kind of like speak up and joke around and be like comfortable around them, and it took me a good while, but once I did, I felt a whole lot better. I feel like I felt even more confident about like filming the rest of it. And I mean, I'm still friends with all of them now. I keep in touch with a few of them. I just met Zalavir actually in person for the first time, I think a couple weeks ago. So that was really, really fun.
Oh my God, that's
Um,
so cool.
yeah, yeah, it was, I mean, it was super duper neat. And I think he's been the first cast member that I've met, in person so far for season one. But you know, we all keep in touch. I still find them, you know, to be great friends of mine.
That's great.
And yeah, so it did take a while.
How did you and Carmen meet? Can you tell us more about your past experience before filming the season two?
Yeah, so I was a part of this kind of organization meetup thing called like the Austin Game Writers Meetup. And I didn't know really any game writers in the area, but I really wanted to. And so I went to one of these meetups. It was in like this really, really cool comic shop kind of building thing. And that's where I got to actually meet Carmen in person, and like see him, you know, this was pre-pandemic. Um, the group itself asked me a lot of questions just about game writing and kind of what I had been up to. And I don't know, Carmen and I clicked really, really well in that group. And so from there we just kind of kept in contact. And I think we were just like, we became like Discord friends for a while. You know, as it goes, right? And so we kept in contact through that. At some point I reached out to Carmen and asked for help with like basically a mock interview because I had an interview coming up for Insomniac Games, which I was really, really nervous about. And Carmen sat there with me and was looking through my stuff because I gave him like a resume so that he could ask me questions. And I think he looked at it and was like, "Oh, you have some, you know, more like film experience." I think, you know, just completely aside Insomniac interviewing stuff, I actually am, you know, making kind of these shows and have ideas for these things. Would you be interested in kind of working with me on them? And of course, I was like, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. And so we continued from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It was really, really like, I don't know. It was really, really nice, and I'm really glad that Carmen gave me the experience or the opportunity to work with him on this.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how we kind of started on Realms and Roleplay, but we have been pals ever since.
So, Realms of Roleplay was filmed during the pandemic, right?
It was filmed. We started filming, I guess, 3-ish months after the like official 2020, like, okay, everybody hide in your homes pandemic part started. Yeah, so I mean, everybody was like very, very holed up in their like
Hmm.
apartments and stuff. Um, but yeah, so I mean, even just from that, we were like, cool, we will be doing all of this stuff remotely. There wasn't like an in-person
Yeah.
option, especially at that time. Um,
And I feel
and
like with the stuff that you touched on, like, it's easier to see people individually as opposed to being in a group. And either way, you're in the comfort of your own home. Yeah, there's
mhm.
some minor technical issues, but I feel like working remote is kind of like, it's kind of nice.
Oh, for sure. And like, um, you know, I don't know if you guys have touched on this, but the other cast members are living, you know, in other places. And
Hmm.
so I feel like it was really, really nice, and convenient for us because we were able to film from wherever we were living, but not having to deal with like all the, you know, travel and stuff, and still feel that togetherness. You know, nobody had to travel like a gazillion miles, and we could film whenever we wanted. I mean, especially during like that starting COVID stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
you know, nobody was leaving their homes. And there wasn't really a whole lot to do. So that was, I mean, I would say that was really, really nice for us.
Yeah. So, I mean, since it was in like that peak time of like, like stay in your homes, don't go anywhere. You know, it was so, you know, it's just
Uh-huh.
so bizarre. So was it kind of like fun? It was kind of like a fantasy escape, kind of working even like behind the scenes in the show, like helping like these stories come to life. Was that kind of like really like a breath of fresh air with all the chaos going around?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, in some ways, almost like kind of the opposite as well, because it gave us all something to do.
Yeah.
It was something for us to like actually think on and brainstorm and collaborate on that, we weren't necessarily getting otherwise at that time. I feel like, especially for like that first month or two when the pandemic started, I was just kind of like sitting there and playing Animal Crossing, and I was like, I want to be contributing to something. I want to be creating, but I just don't know how to do it in this space. And I feel like Carmen was able to really bring that out for all of us.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it was awesome. And I felt like, not necessarily that things were turning back to normal, but, just in terms of like where my head was at in terms of like actually thinking of, how can we create something that people are going to enjoy? Because that's, just in the past, that's always been something that's on my mind. I'm always working on something, creatively. Um, just getting back into that normal headspace of being able to craft something that people are going to love.
Yeah. Um, Now I mentioned this before to Carmen, like how perfect it kind of was, like at that moment to be able to. I called it, you guys. I called it in the beginning. I said he was going to bark. If you could hear. I remember
Well, I love
playing.
that for him. So,
You keep on doing you. Hi, fur babies. Now he's awake. um,
sad, sad.
Now he's just staring at me.
Of
I
course,
mentioned to Carmen
classic.
like how kind of perfect like it was to just be doing this during the pandemic. So I don't even actually know
Mhm.
this. Was it planned? Like, were you guys planning this before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and everybody's like, "Well, we're here. We have the free time to do this," or was this like planned during the pandemic, like shooting and everything, like filming?
Mhm. Yeah, so personally, I hadn't heard of Realms and Roleplay until the pandemic. So I believe there wasn't necessarily prior, I guess, plans for doing it in person, unless it was at PAX, like the other kind of more one-off campaigns were. So it's not like we had plans, oh, we're all gonna like come together and be at this place and we're gonna like shoot something, or oh, we're gonna try this, thing called Zoom and film from there. I think it just happened to be like a circumstance that once we were put in that spot, it kind of bred that creativity and inspiration to have the remote filming.
Mm-hmm. Hi, David. That is not my dog. It's the fur baby I am babysitting. Hi. You can see him. You may see the pooch. Oh, there you go.
Oh, little guy. Little guy. Well, so cute. Little
He's so
baby.
old. I love him.
Little infant. That's so cute.
Just a little. I don't know what kind of dog he is. I was just trying to figure that out today. Long-haired, long-haired. It's not a wiener dog.
He kind of looks. I was thinking he was like a dachshund, but maybe he's like,
Maybe he's a dachshund. I don't
yeah,
know.
maybe like some sort of mixie. I don't know.
I'm dog sitting, so like I don't know.
Uh-huh.
If he was my dog, I would know. I swear. I'm not saying he's my dog. I don't know, but
He has dachshund-like features, but he could.
Yeah,
I feel like with his fur, he could be something
a German,
mixed with
maybe?
it.
I don't know. Anyways,
He's a little guy.
we talked about this before. I think like on the first episode, actually, like when we were having our episode, like we were having our debut on Halloween. But we've grown an audience, so I'm just gonna touch on it again, so all the new audience members can take a listen. Have you played tabletop games before? Like, what's your experience with it, and do you have a favorite?
So I hadn't played tabletop games actually before starting on Realms and Roleplay. It was just something that I never really had the like opportunity or group to get into it. And so, obviously I had like heard of them, but I hadn't actually been a participant.
Mhm.
And I wasn't like threatened by it, but I just wasn't really sure how it worked either. So it wasn't until I had seen season one filming of like Realms and Roleplay that I was kind of like, okay, this is how all this stuff works. And now I've played many a roleplay game. My favorite is, at least as of right now, it is Cyberpunk Red. Big fan. I don't know. I like the beat boop.
The
I
beep
think, I
boop.
don't know, they've made a really interesting world out of it. So I really, really like it. And yeah, I don't have like any beef with like Dungeons and Dragons, but I really like the kind of like sci-fi techno world that's kind of made with Cyberpunk Red. So yeah, that is my favorite, but I will let everybody know if that changes.
Hmm. Cyberpunk Red. I've never heard of that.
It's pretty good. I guess
Hmm. Let's
you'll
have
have
a
to
look.
stay tuned to learn more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to write that down because I mean, is it like the same kind of fashion? Oh, oh, oh! I see the game popping up, and I've seen that game before. I'm not as much of a gamer, so I'm learning new games as I go.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Um, hmm, interesting.
Well,
So,
stay tuned for season two to figure out what all that's about.
this is stay tuned. Might be something, might not be something. I don't know.
Also,
I don't
total aside, your lighting is so much cooler than mine. I
know.
mean, what the heck? I
Literally,
came
there's no normal lighting
underdressed
in this
lighting
household.
wise, so
I work hard to make this house a home.
let's
I have
go.
like these fancy star lights. I got school lights. First of all, we're in denial that Halloween is over because if you can see, I have
Of
not put
course.
my Halloween decorations down.
At that point, it's just decorations.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, they're not they will come down when they start falling down, and I can't really put them
Hmm.
back up. Um, anyways, episode 5, showdown at the Night
Yes.
Museum. Stone Snarry is attacked by the army of the dead.
Yep,
Skeletons,
yep.
we have already Skeleton and his friends, Sovereign of Friends, has invaded Stone Snarry, which is a little rude. Kind of takes away from the Sovereign of Friends theme, but I mean,
Well, they can
it's
be
fine.
like, I don't know, they could be rowdy friends.
That's true. They could be they could be rowdy friends.
You
I
know?
want for Skeleton and Sovereign of Friends, I want like a Caillou narrator. And
Oh, there
Skeleton
you go.
raided Stone Snarry with his friends. I want a Caillou narrator
Yeah,
with Skeleton all the time.
there you go. The
This
like, I
is
don't know, they get spited by like evil spirits being like, now do we do that? I
now
didn't
do we
think
do
so.
that? Skeleton.
Uh-uh. You just can't raid a town. Silly
You can't
geese.
just raid a town. And Skeleton was grounded for 1 week. No video games. Hello, new friends popping in. Have we talked about Meef before yet?
I don't think so.
Like, ah.
Maybe?
So Meef, hashtag Meef, which is the ship name for Mady and Keith.
Mm-hmm,
And it's
mm-hmm.
perfect. I mean, Mallory and I
I
are
love
so
this for
happy with
them.
that. Okay, so there's Meef, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's Martin, Money, and Keith, which is Carton. So we have Meef versus Carton. Personally, I'm a little bit of Team Meef.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Meath fellow myself, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Martin Mooney, but it's just not
He
gonna
cannot be
happen, I
bought.
fear. Yeah, it's true. I just like I'm not a stan. That's what I've got to say.
Yeah, sorry,
Uh,
Carton, but we really saw Meef pulling through in this episode though, because like
oh, it's
Stone
true.
Starry is like totally barbecued right now, and like Mady wants to go
Hmm.
back for Keith, even though now there's some red flags because like the knife museum isn't on fire.
Yeah, well, if there's something
Started.
there, then she can fix him, you know.
She can
I'm
fix
I'm
him, yeah,
sure
yeah.
of it. I'm sure of it. Okay,
Maybe, yes.
that's
Even even if Keith was evil, I feel like maybe would have been like, well, I can fix him. He must have been informed wrong. I can fix him.
exactly. At least one talking to where she's like, "This isn't you,"
This
you
isn't
know.
you, Keith. It's like a
It's like,
really corny. That's another thing I need. I need like a notebook, like a spin-off of Meef.
hmm
The Meef book. The Note Meef. Meef.
Exactly. I mean, I just think their relationship goals, and I don't know, from the start when they see each other, it's like, these two are meant. Um,
Ooh, have you
so
watched
yeah.
Steven Universe?
Okay, this is an answer you guys will be sad about, but I've not seen any Steven Universe, I
Me
know.
too.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so
Oh
behind.
no.
I'm watching Centaur World because Sissy was like, you have to watch Centaur World. I'm like, okay. So
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I did watch Centaur World, but then I got distracted by Wednesday, and then I got distracted by
Oh,
something
of
else. So I'm
course.
like, I'm back on the Centaur World wagon. Have you seen Centaur World?
I haven't. I've been really slacking on the TV series front.
It's
I just
okay.
finished watching like Andor, and I think that might have been it for a while. So don't hate me, but I have a very long list of television shows that I still need to get to.
Same. I know. I have like a long list, but then I never write it down. Then I forget about it, and then people bring it up, and I'm
hmm
like, oh yeah, yeah, I'll write that down. I never do. Like right now.
As it goes, right? I really want to watch Steven Universe. I feel like it's one that like I don't know. I found out about how good it was just like a little bit too late, and then it was like finishing up, and so at that point I was just like, okay, well the hype train is over, so I'm just
The,
gonna have to
the
put it on
hype train
hold.
is over.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna have to put it on hold and get to it one day, and that day has not yet come. But we'll
No.
get, we'll see, we'll see. I feel like it's slowly moving on up. The more it gets recommended, and it's been recommended more than once
So
this
many
week.
times to me, and
So
I mean,
yeah,
I will find the time to watch it. As soon as I finish Centaur World, I will hop on the Steven Universe
there we go. There you
train.
go. Well, if you find a time, I'll find a time. I'll make it. I'll make
We'll
time.
make it. We will make it, David. We will watch
Exactly.
Steven Universe.
Yes, it'll happen, I swear.
I'm currently
And I
watching
need to see Wednesday as well. Uh, is that one really good?
Oh god, I finished the whole thing in a day.
Oh my gosh.
All 8 episodes.
That sounds I didn't know like when it was coming out, but I was like, "Oh, hopefully it does soon at some point." And then it did. And I haven't yet gotten to it, but I will. That one may be a slight bit higher up than Steven Universe just because it's really relevant right now. But
Hop on the
I
hype train. It's worth it.
absolutely. Um, I need to watch more television shows for sure.
But you're watching Realms of Roleplay, Sovereign
It's
Deathly,
true.
what
I do it
everything you
every
should be
morning.
doing.
It's true.
I do it every night.
Really?
I should do it every morning because I'm like fresh in my
hmm
mind. But
hmm Yeah,
sometimes
I
I'll
do
try to
it.
make
I
sure.
always do it like the morning after it's aired. Just I don't know. I feel like then I actually like retain a bit more in the morning. So I'm just like,
Smart.
yes, yeah.
I don't
That's how
retain
I
anything
start the
any
day.
time of the day.
Hey,
Um,
that's okay. I'm working on it. I'm thinking like I don't know. I've slowly started getting like some hours in the morning. If I work really hard, then like maybe another hour will be added until I get like a full day of thinking.
full day of thinking.
Full day of thoughts.
I always try to make it for the premiere, and then I end up like 20 minutes late, and I'm like, ah, shoot. So I gotta, if I'm gonna start from the beginning, I gotta wait for it all over again. And then, so then I just watch it at night because I need to be a morning person. But
Yeah, it's weird how I've switched. I used to be a night person. In fact, I think during the time of shooting Realms and Roleplay, I was definitely a night person. And I don't know exactly what happened between that time and now, but I am not a night person anymore. I turn vegetable like midnight 30, and it's bedtime before then usually. But full hard stop usually like I start getting grumpy and upset, and something has gone wrong if I'm still awake at like 1 in the morning.
I don't know. My bedtime's usually like 2 in the morning.
Hmm.
Sometimes this one I'll cut it, but
Hmm.
not recently. I mean, I've been keeping the fur baby up. When I'm up, he's up, but he gives me
Oh,
like grumpy look. I'm like, well, you can go to bed.
oh,
I have the
so
lights. I have the nice
cute.
lights on and everything. And but he's just
Hmm.
like, oh my God, but if you're not
He's
going
like,
to bed, like,
yeah, yeah, exactly. He's like, fine, we'll wait.
no, I'll wait. Yeah, like a teacher. Oh my God, I hate it when they would say that. I'll
Hmm.
wait. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so patient.
Yeah, I know that I know like plenty of friends whose dogs like when it's bedtime they'll just kind of stand at the bedroom door and just stare, you know?
All just
And but they
there.
won't actually just like it's like you can go to bed. You could sleep whenever you want, but they're
There's
like
nothing stopping
you
you.
have to do it.
You
Yep.
sleep
They're like
all day.
you.
Like he takes naps during the day. He's napping right now, but when
Don't.
I'm up late, he's gonna be like,
He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
"Oh, lady, just making
Uh.
sure I go to sleep." Um, it's funny watching back because even though I'm such a nice night person, I'm eating a whole meal hella late, and like, oh
I love that for
no,
you. No, that's
I try
awesome.
to avoid that. I try because I'm like, well, I
Hmm.
shouldn't be
Hmm.
up that late. Of course, I'm hungry because I'm like up for a whole day. Yep,
Hmm.
yep,
Hmm.
yep.
Yeah, I feel like that always happens after like a few hours. I think I currently work remote at a place that's based in Texas, and so I'll like get up really early and I'll eat like breakfast, and then their lunch break is at noon, but that's 10 a.m. here. And so then like 10 a.m., 10:30 hits, and I'm like, lunchtime? I'm hungry for lunch now.
I'm hungry for
But
lunch.
it's just
I
not
crave
time.
food. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not time. So I always have to like make myself wait until noon though, so that
Yeah.
it's like eating lunch at like a normal hour. But I think it is just like based on how long you're like awake and doing things.
I had a 7 a.m. meeting and I was like, what is
Yeah.
wrong with you? But then I realized that they were Eastern Standard Time. So it was like, oh, it's like 10 o'clock where you are.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're
Like,
like,
now
wow, cool for you guys. Yeah, yeah.
it's great for you, but here I am, barely awake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll see on the Slack. They'll all have their like little sandwich emoji popped up, and they're like AFK. I'm like, please.
Wait, what's AFK? Away from keyboard.
It's like, yes. Yep, yep. For a second, I
Like
was
when
like,
the game is finished.
it means they're not there. I don't know. Forgot the
What happened?
abbreviation for a second. Yeah, I definitely like if you didn't remember, I would have not been able to say it.
F. That's what it
Yeah, I was
is.
like,
Just F.
gone.
Gone. Bye.
Not currently here. Yeah.
The opposite of here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Well,
Awesome. Does anybody have any more questions or?
yeah. Any more questions, comments? We're gonna wrap it
Yes.
up. We went a little bit over, but that's fine.
Yes.
Um,
Very sorry again that I showed up late. This,
it's all good. Hey, that painting
you
was
know how
gorgeous,
it
though.
is.
I'm not gonna lie. We
Thank
had a
you.
guest
Thank
appearance
you.
from Carmen, from the Man of Cars. Um,
Good, good. I mean, you're in for a real treat when Carmen's in, so yeah.
yep. Man of Cars came to spill some secrets. Okay, the Wi-Fi cut out for a second. Okay,
It
you good?
happens.
Okay, cool,
Of
cool.
course.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, Carmen. You rock. And thank you all so much for tuning in and listening and asking all kinds of questions. Make sure you're tuning in for the next episode too for some more awesome
Mm-hmm.
treats.
Make sure you tune in because we left off at a cliffhanger again with this new succubus.
It's
So
classic,
a lot of
classic
stuff went
Carmen
down.
maneuver.
Putting the showdown and showdown at the knife museum. Hashtag Eve. So excited for you guys to check out the next episode. But thank you so much, Ash, for coming on and answering all the questions, getting to hang out with us. This was so fun to hear. Oh, thank you for tuning in. So be sure to watch the episode if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you, Ash. Bye.